Oh my god, do you have to type so bloody loud? I'm trying to watch this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just sending an email out.
Okay, well hurry up.
No problem.
Seriously? Are your fingers getting tired because your typing's getting louder and louder?
Nearly done.
Who are you emailing? Dear Deirdre with your life story?
No, the landlord.
What? Why?
Because I got an email to say that he's upping the rent and I'm disputing it.
But why?
Because we pay enough rent as it is. My half and your half is more than enough for the location of this apartment.
You better be careful what you say to him. You don't want to end up homeless now.
I'm not going to end up homeless. When I signed the tenancy, it clearly stated that I have a right to dispute any rent increases, and I feel that this is not right.
Oh, you read them contracts?
Of course. What, you don't read them?
No, I just sign them. They all say the same thing.
No, they don't. You need to read every single contract you ever signed to make sure you know what you're signing.
Yeah, I know.
Right, I'm all done. Let's send this and show the landlord that we ain't going to back down. This is just ridiculous.
What's up?
He just replied saying pay more rent or get out.
Oh, that's just rude.
Yeah, it is, and he has no right to threaten me like that. If he wants a battle, then I'll see him in court.
Whoa, what?
I have rights. This horrible man just can't threaten to kick me out if I don't pay more rent.
Horrible man?
That's what I said.
So, I give you a place to live when you're at your lowest and now I'm an horrible man.
What? You're the landlord.
What? Me? No? Oh, crap. Things are probably going to get a little bit heated in the apartment. So, when I decided to move apartment and move to a bigger place, I decided to sell my studio apartment. Turns out even the smallest of apartments are worth a lot of money if they're in the right location. I used the money from the sale to buy this place outright. I got a great deal and still had a big chunk of money left over. Then Nick said he needed a place to live and I saw money signs. I wanted him to believe that I was doing him a favour, but the truth is I just didn't want to live alone and the extra money from Nick has been great. Truth is, I don't like spending my own money, so I just spend his. Morning, Nick. Nick, I said morning. Fine, don't talk to me then. Bloody rude. Oh, Nick, about the rent increase, I think we should discuss it.
Why should we discuss it?
Well, because I want you to start paying more rent.
Why should I? You didn't even tell me that you own this apartment.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to?
It would have been nice. Do you know how much stress I've been going through trying to get my finances in order? You have no idea how much I struggle to pay the rent each and every month, and all this time you've been the bloody landlord.
Listen, if you lived somewhere else, you'd still have the same struggle. You would still need to get your finances in order and find a way to pay your rent each month.
But you could have given me some leeway. On a few occasions I've asked you to pay my side of the rent and I'll pay you back, and you told me that you couldn't afford it. Little did I know the rent was going straight into your bank account for you to waste on your useless crap.
Savings.
What?
It goes into my savings account. I'm using the rent from this place to save for the future. I want to make sure that I don't have to worry about money when I retire.
Ah! Can you believe this no-good, lousy, selfish son of a... I'm sorry, I just can't get over all of this. These past few months have been so stressful. The things I've done to raise money for the rent have been ridiculous. I started off by giving blood every week, but then got sick of passing out all the time. Then I decided to donate to a sperm bank. I figured that I could earn some money while helping a family get a kid that they've always craved for. When I started to feel empty of blood and sperm, I had to look for other ways to earn money. My latest idea is just demeaning. I've been working as a male escort. A few nights a week I have to go and pick up a sad, lonely woman who can't get a date and be her date. I spend the whole night around her friends and colleagues, and it's uncomfortable. I'm just eye candy for these women to make them feel better about themselves. I am fuming right now and I don't know what to do to calm myself down.
Right, I'm off out. See ya.
Mr. Daz?
Yeah?
Can I just ask you something before you leave?
Yeah, sure, but hurry up.
Why didn't you tell me that you owned the apartment when I wanted to move in?
It's simple. You would have taken advantage of it.
How would I?
Okay, when I offered you the chance to rent out the second room and you thought it was someone else's apartment, you made sure the rent was always paid. It wasn't always on time, but it was always paid. If I would have told you that I own this apartment, you would have asked me if you could stay here until you got back on your feet. I would have said yes, and you would have done nothing about finding a new place because you knew I owned this place and you didn't pay any rent. I've told you before, Nick, I am not a charity, and if you don't want to pay rent for that bedroom, I will gladly rent it out to someone who will pay it.
Like anybody would want to live with you.
Well, you did. See ya.
Hi Nick, how are you? Not too good, David. I'm having a bit of an argument with Mr. Daz.
Why? What happened?
I just found out that he owns the apartment.
Why is that causing an argument?
Because he wanted me to start paying more rent and has been pretty strict about rent payments.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Will you move out?
I don't think so. I don't think I can afford to.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just that before Mr. Des said you could move in, he offered me that room. He said that I could be his living butler. I was looking forward to moving out of my mum's house, but then Mr. Des said you were moving in, so I have to take 4 buses to get here there.
Oh, I am sorry. So Mr. Des decided against letting David live here so that I could. Surely that says something about what he thinks of me as a friend. Maybe I've been a little bit hard on him since I found out he was the landlord. I'm not going to be paying any more rent, but he deserves to be paid for me living in his home. Hi, Mr. Des. I'd just like to apologise. I shouldn't have reacted the way I did when I found out you own the apartment. You have every right to charge me for that room.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand.
So, what made you buy this place?
Well, I lived in a studio before I moved here, and even though it was just me and Rocky, it was pretty cramped, so I decided to get a bigger place. This was the first apartment that I viewed, and I just fell in love with it. It felt like home straight away.
Oh, okay. And how much is your mortgage, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't have a mortgage. The money I got from selling my studio apartment in Westminster was enough to buy this place 3 times over.
Oh, so you don't pay nothing out each month for it?
No, not a penny. Your rent covers the council tax and the ground rent, and the rest goes into my savings account.
So maybe you could help me out a bit in the future with gas, electric and water bills?
No, I pay my bit out already, which is more than what you pay out.
But it would help me out a lot.
Oh, that's nice. No.
Fine, I might just have to rethink my options then.
Cool, see ya. If that man thinks that I'm going to back down, then he can think again. I am more than capable of living here alone and turning that spare room into a games room. You would think that after living here for as long as he had, he would realise that he's not going to win with me. I own this apartment, I paid a lot of money for it, and it is my right to rent that room out for as much as I like. He knows where the door is if he doesn't like it.
No.
No.
Please, Mr. Des. I'm only getting sick pay from work and it's nowhere near enough to pay for this month's rent.
No can do, I'm afraid. I simply can't afford it this month. Can't you get a payday loan? They should be able to give you enough to cover the rent.
I can try, but their interest rates are through the roof.
Yeah, I know, but if you don't do something, you might find yourself living in a box on the roof.
True. Oh, I'm having a little bit of trouble sleeping. I've just had a dream. It was when I broke my leg and really struggled financially. I asked Mr. Des to lend me some money to pay my side of the rent, but he couldn't afford it to help me. I don't think this is going to end well. Mr. Des? Mr. Des, wake up.
What, Nick? It's 6 AM.
I just need to ask you something.
What?
Remember when I broke my leg? You know, when you run me over with your car.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, a few weeks into me being stuck at home, I asked you to help me out with the rent for that month and you said you couldn't afford it.
Oh, not this again.
It's fine, I just need to know. What did you do with my rent money that month?
I just put it into my savings.
Okay, thank you. Go back to sleep.
Ah, that was a good night's sleep. Morning, David. What's for breakfast?
Would you like some eggs on toast?
I would love that.
Okay. And can I live here now, please, Mr. Des?
No, why would you ask that?
Well, because Nick doesn't live here anymore.
What are you talking about?
Well, he left here with a bag of clothes about an hour ago and said he would come back for the rest of his things when he finds a new place to live.
So, Nick has moved out?
Yep.
Oh, wow. He's really gone.